In this video, we're going to be looking at how to divide any number with a two-digit number. So the first thing you do is you draw your division sign. Now the divisor goes on the outside, which is 13, and the dividend goes on the inside, 7,397. So the first thing you do is you ask yourself, how many times does 13 go into 7? Well, we know that 0 13s fit into 7, so we place a 0 above. So now we ask, how many times does 13 go into 73? You're seeing how many times does 13 go into 73. Now this is something that is somewhat difficult for some of us. So what we can do instead is we can estimate from here. How do we estimate? We estimate by rounding the numbers to the nearest tens, hundreds, or maybe thousands. So for example, 13 would turn into 10, and 73 would turn into 70. Now our estimate is saying that is asking us how many tens would fit into 70. If we work this out, we can estimate about how many 13s would fit into 73. So I know for a start that 7 tens fit into 70, which means around 7 13s should fit into 73. So let's find out. So about 7. Let's see if we are correct. 13 times 7. We're trying to get as close as we can to 73 without going above it. Either exactly 73 or just below 73. 3 times 7 is 21. 1 times 7 is 7. Add 2 more is 9. So as you can see, 7 is too high, but this is fine. It's just an estimate. We know that the answer is around about 7, so we can just move back 1 and try 6. Let's try 13 times 6. 3 times 6 is 18. 6 plus 1 is 7. Add 1 more is 8. Again, too much, which is completely fine. All we have to do is just go back another one to 5 this time. How many 13 times 5? 5 times 3 is 15. 1 times 5 is 5. Add 1 more is 6. So as we can see, we tried 7. 7 was too much. We tried 6. 6 was too much. But 5 fits perfectly. 5 13s make 65. 6 13s will be too much. So we know now that 5 13s make 73. Not exactly. 5 13s fit into 73, but not exactly. As we can see, 5 times 13 was 65, so we have to work out our remainder. How do we do that? Well, we did how many 13s fit into 73. We knew that 5 13s fit into 73. 5 times 13 was 65. To work out your remainder, you just minus these two numbers from each other. 3 minus 5 you cannot do, so you borrow from your neighbor. 13 minus 5 is 8. And 6 minus 6 is nothing. At this point, what you do is you go to your next number and drag it down and ask yourselves, how many 13s fit into 89? Well, we know that 5 13s fit into 65. So we can try adding on another 13 and seeing if 6 13s fits into 89. Now we're asking how many 13s fit into 89. Let's try for 13 times 6. 3 times 6 is 18. 6 times 1 is 6. Add 1 more is 7. 78. Now we know that if we add 13 more, we'll become too high. We'll go into the 90s. So we can see that 6 13s fit into 89, but not exactly. We're at 78. We need to get to 89, so we need to work out our remainder one more time. 13 times 6 we found out was 78. We need to get to 89. To find out your remainder, just minus again. 9 minus 8 you can do, which is 1. 8 minus 7 again is 1. So you are left with 11. Remainder. What to do at this point is drag down your last remaining number, which is 7. And now you're asking how many times does 13 fit into 117? We know it's going to be bigger than 7 because 13 times 7 was in the 90s. So what we can do is we can either estimate or just go start from 8 to see what that is. Let's try estimating first. So we are wanting to find out how many 13s fit into 117. Estimate it by rounding the numbers. So 13 would round to 10, 117 would round to 120. So we knew that last time when we tried estimating, we went a bit too high. How many 10s would fit into 120? Well, we know that 12 10s would fit into 120. So we can start off by doing 13 times 12, or what we can do is go slightly less than that because we know that 13 times 10 is 130, which is bigger than 117. So we could try 13 times 9. So let's try 13 times 9 to see if this works. 3 times 9 is 27. 9 times 1 is 9. Add 1 more, 2 more is 11. So as you can see, 9 13s fit into 117 perfectly without any remainders, which leaves us with a final answer of 569. Thank you for watching.